Hello.
If you clicked on this video, then you're about to master smooth 3D camera movement in After Effects. Lock in with me for the next couple of minutes. We will be making this basic motion graphic and we'll go over how to set up your 3D camera. What the f even is a null, buttery smooth text animation, and you will master depth. Did I say that wrong? Depth of field. This video is beginner friendly, so we're gonna take this slow, baby steps. Create a new composition. Mine looks like this. We're gonna start off by adding our image to the timeline. You can get Tyler's ID off the internet if you want to follow along.
Word for word, bar for bar.
Get the rectangle mask. We will be using the rounded rectangle because it looks cleaner. Mask your ID out with a simple click and drag. And now we're going to create a new solid. Baby blue is perfect, very on brand, and it looks clean. So, okay, swap these two. Get your text tool. We're gonna do a simple call me and another text layer if you get lost. Oh, or something like that. Next, we want to make all our elements 3D objects. So check this box under the box. Well, actually it's a cube. We're gonna do that for all the layers except the background. If you want to do this quick, you just click drag. Efficiency. Now we're going to create a new camera layer. For the presets, you can go 35 or you can go 50. If you know me, I like my 3D camera like I like my women, almost middle-aged.
You need to leave.
Make sure depth of field is enabled, and okay. If there was a song playing, I'd line the text layers up to the song, but we don't have any song playing, so I'm settling for my imagination. Now we're going to change our one view to two views. I know, it looks scary and complicated, but I got you, remember? Baby steps. Make sure that's custom view 1. So what we're looking at is all our 3D elements, the ticked boxes, in 3D space. So now if we move our z-axis, we can see each element move in 3D in relation to where everything else is. Oh, and if you hold Alt and drag in the 3D space, you can see it at different angles and stuff. The first thing we'll do is set our scene. Click P to open the position layer, and let's bring Tyler a little closer to the screen. Click R to see your different rotation options. I'm just gonna bend it a little bit, put it at an angle to give it a real like 3D feel. You might have to change the position and rotation as the video progresses, but I just want a good starting point. We definitely don't want it to intersect like that, so let's fix it. Oh, and before I forget, you can use these arrow thingies to move straight around. It's definitely faster than using the numbers, and I use it sometimes to move things forward and backward quickly. But I always end up misclicking, so I tend not to use it a bunch. So now we'll move call me forward, away from Tyler. Click R and we're gonna angle it this way. I mostly use the X and Y rotation, and I'll move it forward just a smidge. Smidge sounds like the N word for Smurfs. Ah, fuck it, I'll move Tyler back a smidge too. With that done, we can move on to the star of the show, the nulls. Right click, new null object, clunk. Now this is the backbone of all 3D movements. So if you were nodding up before, wake up, because this year you're gonna get good at this editing shit.
Make your dreams come true.
So on the timeline, we grab the pick whip tool on our camera and drag it to our null and make it a 3D object. So now the null is in control of the camera that's in control of the 3D objects. Like this is literally Black Z2 controlling Obito, controlling everyone else. If you don't get that reference, then congratulations, you're not an anime nerd. Now with our position on, we are going to start a new keyframe at the beginning. Now we can bring Tyler a little closer, just right. Click R so we can start a keyframe on the Y rotation. Now double click U so we can only see the two keyframes we want to see. Nope. Yep, got it. Then we're gonna go over to the other side. A little bit before the next text layer comes in, we're gonna zoom out I move the camera so we can see the full text, the full call me text. Then we just want a slight bend. Oh, that's too much. Just a teeny weeny bend. Yep, that's fine. This is one of those things that you won't really notice but will make all the difference. Really give it a 3D feel, you know. Now look at this boring, bland movement. There's no flavor in the stew. To add the spices that we need, select all our keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant, and click your easy ease. I use the shortcut E to easy ease though. Shortcuts are the way and the truth. If you're an advanced After Effects user or you just don't give a fuck, you can speed up this bit. Time for Moonman's bonus tips. To create your own shortcut, go to edit, keyboard shortcuts. Here you're gonna want to type the function that you want, easy ease. You can see set keyframe to easy ease right here. Click on it and change it to whatever you want. And that's it. You've unlocked the shortcut making skill. So now we've easy eased all our keyframes. It's time to open our graph. If you right click on the graph, I'm in the speed graph, not the value graph, because the speed graph is easier to grasp. And if you remember, baby steps. Now to help us explain how we're going to use the speed graph, we're getting help from... Look at how fast Zesty Drake gets from point A to point B with the different graphs. The first one starts fast, then slows down. Second gradually speeds up, hits the peak, then slows down. Then the last one starts slow, then finishes fast. That's what he said.
Wait a minute.
So we're gonna do the first graph, so click on the yellow thingies and pull them to the left side. Set the playhead to the tip of the arch so we remember where we're at. That's good enough for me. Go back to the timeline, click on the keyframe for the Y rotation. So basically we're just gonna line them up to make sure it matches. Now you have your first smooth movement done. Congratulations. Now for the text, you could try a basic opacity animation. Hey, nothing's wrong with basic shit, okay? But if you never want to worry about text animation again, you could try out my text animation pack. 30 high quality text animation presets with a bonus of 10 text effects. Everything from simple and clean to super extra. It was designed to cover all your text animation needs. It's all drag and drop and requires 0 plugins. And since my girl just broke up with me, we're having an anti-Valentine's Day sale on my store. So if you buy this pack, you get another one absolutely free for the next 8 days. And I'm dropping a free sample pack in the description so you can follow along with the tutorial. Click the link in the description and never worry about text animation again. If you want it. I have these lucid dreams where I keep moving. Focus on you, gang. Focus on you. And you could like and subscribe, so I don't know. Where did we stop? Text animation. Alright, so I think 19 is pretty swag, but I want to be extra, so let's do 6. Yeah, 6. Future me here, I'm really slow, so I forgot to add motion blur to the text animation, so it should look like this. Next, we're gonna line the other text up. We're pretty much doing the same thing as the first time. Move forward so it's in front of Tyler and the first text. Move to the other side and just give it a little angle, you know, nothing too crazy. Now move it forward a bit more, a little more to the right. Now we're gonna make a new null object. Follow along first, then I'll explain why and how the nulls work. With our second null, just like the first one, we're gonna pass the control from null 1 to null 2 and check the box. Looking at null 1's keyframe, we want to make null 2's keyframe start from somewhere in between null 1's keyframe. Alright, let's break down how the nulls even work. The enemy to smooth movement is no movement. Imagine your thick self is on a run. You've run forward, but then you have to run back. The point where your speed drops to 0 is what we cannot let happen. Let's make a new keyframe on position and Y rotation. Now for this Mograph, we want it to move left then right. First we're going to zoom out a bit so the text is in frame. Those look too close together, so I'm going to move the text more to the other side. I'm moving the actual text layer, by the way. Now let's get the if you get lost in frame. I'm going to move text more to the other side and make a very small rotation. Easy is the keyframes, and I'm going to space the keyframes out a little bit more. Then we're going for this type of graph. We want it to speed up gradually, then slow down gradually. Be careful not to make the graph too tight. That curve makes it smooth. Center the playhead at the middle of the mountain. Back to the timeline. Pick the Y rotation keyframe and align the mountain peak to the playhead. It does not have to be perfect. And you know what, let's use text preset 19 for this one. Now we can go back to one view, and I'm going to limit the timeline so we can see what we've done. Notice how it's still moving left and zooming out before it starts moving right. That is where the smooth motion is, and that's how the fuck nulls even work. And with that, you're on track to start making motion graphic edits. Yay! Like, I wasn't sure whether to make this a second video, but we're here, so let's just freaking do it! We're gonna be adding 3D movement into our videos. We're using Tyler again. Grab your text tool, and I'm sorry Tyler, I will be tapping the glass. You're not my mom, bitch. Now just duplicate the text layers a bunch, add a new camera, and y'all already know what I like for real.
My nigga.
Okay, it said this because the camera only works on 3D layers, so let's make everything a 3D layer. Floop. And we're going back to 2 views. Then we're just gonna scatter these guys around. Using the arrows would be way faster, so that's what I'm gonna do. You don't need to see all this. I'm sure you get the gist of how to move things around in 3D space, if you were paying attention. Now create a new null object and link the camera to it. We're gonna open up position first. Let's start with it zoomed in. So create a keyframe, then we can zoom out to reveal the tab text. Oh my god, the black corner. What are we gonna do? Shh, I got you, baby girl. Click on your video layer. We will be adding the motion tile effect. In your effects and control, check mirror edges and change output height and width to 200. Alakazam, bitch. Now we're gonna fill the space out better with the text. We can head back to our null, select the keyframes and easy ease. Head over to the graph, and we're gonna use the graph that starts fast. I prefer to use this graph to start off 3D movements. So for this look, we want the camera to move around a bit. So let's create a new null, link it up. I don't think I need to explain this bit to you anymore. So create a keyframe, change the position around, select the keyframes, easy ease, and for the rest of the movements, we're gonna use this type of graph. Then repeat it as many times as you want the camera to move. I'm just gonna speed run this shit. Now for the last one, I want it to start slow, then speed up at the end. So we're using the third graph. Now this is easily the worst thing I've ever seen. Do not speedrun your videos, please. Now, could I go over and do this again?
Yeah, boy.
But will I do it?
No.
It's 3 AM and this recording has failed 4 times. So instead of doing that, we could master depth of field. Now to do that, we're going to open up our camera layer. Make sure your depth of field is on. Then we're going to go back to using 2 views. But instead of using custom view 1, we'll be using top. Looking from the top, this long line over here, this is our video layer. And the red lines are our tab text. If I click on one of the tabs, it shows you with the arrow that, yo, this is the same shit. Now, if we go back to our camera and turn up the aperture, that's what makes the camera blurry and out of focus. That's where all the depth of field is. So let's do like a 200, something around 200. But everything is blurry now. We want to control what's blurry and what's not. That's where the focus distance comes in play. Now, if I pull on the focus distance, that line that's moving, yeah, that line is where the camera focus is, like it's in the name and stuff. Now, if we line up the focus distance with our video clip, it means the camera is now on our video layer. So everything out of focus will be blurry. But wait, if we play the clip, the focus distance goes out of place. Notice how it's the text on the line that are the ones in focus now. Yeah, we want to lock our video layer to the focus though. Now all we gotta do is hold Control, select our camera layer, then select our video layer or whatever you want in focus. Go to the layer menu, then click the link focus distance to layer. Now no matter how the camera moves, the focus distance is locked in. Open up the camera again, you see the focus distance is in red. That means it's like locked in. Again, I feel like I said locked in a lot. Alright, but let's use another example. We'll go back to the Mograph we made earlier. Here, instead of the focus distance locked in, we actually want it to like move around. So now we're gonna open up the camera again, and here we can just change the active camera to top. Now the Tyler ID doesn't look like a line because if you remember, we bent it with the Y rotation. So now let's just line our focus distance up with the Tyler ID. You know what, let's change it back to active camera. I think it'll just make more sense if we do the two views. So now line the focus distance up, turn up the aperture, but this time we're going to create a keyframe on the focus distance. If we move forward, when the first text pops up, we'll align the focus distance with it. Oops. Hey, look at that, it's already lined up. So no need to make a keyframe. So now if we move to the other one, it's not lined up perfectly. So move the focus distance and that makes a new keyframe. Now we watch the playback. Perfection. With that, you have mastered smooth 3D camera movement. Okay, this video is kind of long. I really just wanted to go over everything in as much detail as I could. If you're still here, thanks for watching. Check out the text animation pack. The buy one get one free sale will not be here for long, and you'll also be supporting the channel, so yeah, feel free to check it out. And make sure you like and subscribe, or at least think about subscribing or something. I don't know. And remember kids, love isn't real. Nah, that's a lie though, cause
hello, you are so beautiful, I love you.